Scrappers, it's Vanessa here with another process video, and I am just going through and showing you what it was that I pulled for this layout. I am still working through my secret not secret mini kit, so I will try to tell you as I go what I pulled. This is the last layout that I created with that mini kit, so I will be doing a kill a kit so you can see just what I have left over from that. So I'm just going through the rest of the things here that I pulled. Not a whole lot of embellishing will go on this layout due to the fact that I'm using a cut file. The first thing that I do is I take that full 12 by 12 sheet. This was the last full piece of pattern paper that I had in my mini kit, and it was the Paige Evans paper. I'm not sure what collection it was from, but I'm going to mount that on that white piece of cardstock that I actually made my cut file from. So I'm using up that cardstock as well for this layout. And I just cut half, not even half an inch, I think it's a quarter of an inch on that pattern paper. So I go ahead and I put that down, and then I'm going to bring in my cut file, which is just this heart with the crisscrosses in it, and then my photo. I know that this is how I want this layout to go. I want to put the heart, which takes up a big portion of the page, and then I wanted my photo down by the side. So before I go any further, I do want to add some Heidi Swap gold color shine to this, so I'm just adding a little bit of ink to this just to add something to the background. It was looking really plain. And then I am going to take my cut file, and just like you've seen in the past, and just like most scrapbookers that use cut files, I'm going to back each one of these open spaces with some of that pattern paper that I showed you at the beginning of the video. And I am not going to make you watch this whole process. I do just this first one. I get it all trimmed up, and then I am going to cut the video here, and when I come back it will be completely filled in, and I will have added some stitching, which you can't really see in the video all that well, but you will see it in the still photos at the end. So that is what my heart looks like. And then my ATG gets a little bit stuck, so I have to fix that to get the tape going, but I end up taping that down since I knew from earlier where it was that I wanted to put that heart. I do kind of make it a little bit more tilted than I had originally, which is fine, it works out in the end. So the next thing I'm going to do here is just take my photo, and this is just a photo of my daughter and I. And I am really just, this photo doesn't have a huge story to it. I just am documenting the fact that when my daughter and I, whenever we seem to go on vacation, my daughter and I tend to take lots of selfies together, which I just want to remember that, because I know as she gets older that probably won't happen as often. So I want to document the times that, you know, she still wants to hang out with mom. So this is just a photo of us, and I'm going to put it here at the bottom of the heart. I have a doily that was also in the kit that will go down underneath my photo, and I just mounted that photo on a piece of pink cardstock. My title is going to be very original, just says you and me, and you will see in this layout that I am going to think and tap my fingers and fuss over whether I'm going to add that pom-pom trim or not. So I'm going to leave it there, and it's going to stay there for a long time in this video. So as I'm trying to decide, I move up to the top left and work on the small cluster that's going to be up there, and all that has in it is just a label from that Maggie Holmes sticker sheet, a gold heart, one of the asterisks from that blue pack of thickers, and a chipboard sticker that says love you. And that is really the only thing that goes in that cluster up there. Like I said, the embellishing on this layout is very simple. I didn't really add a whole lot to this one due to the fact that the cut file really takes most of this layout, and I wanted it to really take the dominant part in the layout. So I do know I will add some journaling, and it's going to be on this tag that also came in my mini kit. So I'm just going to put some twine through that. And the doily that I'm using as well was from the mini kit. So I'm just going to get that inserted where I know it's going to go. And then I have another label from that Maggie Holmes sticker sheet. And it is going to go there to the side of the photo with that other Maggie Holmes fringed heart. So here you see me again, and I cut it. And again, I am going to put it underneath my photo, this pom-pom trim. I like it, and I can't decide for the life of me if I like it enough to keep it on the layout or not. So there's lots of me tapping, like I said, and trying to decide for the longest time. I don't know why I go back and forth so much. It's so funny. I thought about it, and it just, for whatever reason, I don't know why, I was thinking I wouldn't add it. So you'll actually see that I'm going to, when I get down here to this bottom part of my photo, I'm actually going to remove it. I'm going to first glue down my doily and my journaling tag. I'm going to put my glue where I need it to go so that my tag has a place to fit and doesn't stick to the back. So I'm going to do that here. And you'll see I obviously moved that pom-pom trim, and it does not, I think it comes back and I tap and look at it and try to decide again, am I going to use it? But ultimately, for the video, it does not get stuck down. So you're probably yelling at me, just leave it, it looks good. So yeah, I don't know. See, now when I look at the video, I realize that yeah, I should have just put it down while I was actually making the video. So spoiler alert, when you see the pictures at the end, I did go back after I walked away. I did go back and add the pom-pom trim, and I do really like the way it looks. So I'm just getting my title down, and I'm putting it down at the very bottom of my photo. And I don't mind putting titles on my photos. I can always reprint this photo if I needed to, so it doesn't really bother me. But if you didn't want to, you could just put it underneath the photo or on top. It's personal preference, I think. And I'm gluing down that ampersand, which is just a chipboard thicker, so those never seem to stay. So I'm going to just trim down the twine on that little label, which I will do my journaling later. And I think other than me adding these little pink fresh sequins, that is basically the last thing that I do on this layout. So at the end of the video, there will be close-ups, and you can actually see that I do add that pom-pom trim. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see future videos, go ahead and subscribe. And I do add my date obviously here at the end. And yeah, if you guys have any comments or any questions, just leave them down below, and I will talk to you guys next time. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.